Hey everyone, welcome back. In the last video, we solved some problems based on vector. The first problem was sum of elements, where we are summing the all elements of the vector, and the second question was reverse the vector. So for this we had seen the three methods, right? First one was using reverse function and the second one was custom reverse. In custom reverse there was also two methods based on time complexity. One was with the time complexity of n and the second was n and 1, right? And also we were using swipe function to solve the problem. Now today we are going to solve another problem. Okay, we have a array of size 6, okay, and we have a array 5 4 7 3 2 8. Our question is count even numbers. So we have to find how many even numbers are available in the array. So 5 is not our even number, 4 is our even number, 2 is our even number, and 8 is our even number. So our answer should be 3. Let's take another example. How many even numbers are present in the array? Here you can see all of them are odd, so our answer should be 0. Okay, so basically we have to count the number of evens in an array. Now to check the even number, we have to check every elements in the array, right? So that means we have to iterate over them. Okay, so we have to use for loop. Now we are iterating. Now we have to check if a number is odd or even, right? So let's take 5 modulo 2. Okay, modulo is our arithmetic operators which is used to find the remainder. Okay, this is not a percentage sign. So here we are doing 5 modulo 2. So if you divide 5 with 2, you will see we have a remainder 1. It will give me the remainder 1. Let's take 4. 4 divide 2. So it is giving me the 0. So I can write 4 modulo 2 equals to 0. Then 7 modulo 2. If I divide it 7, it is giving me the 1. So 1. Then 3 modulo 2. 3 divided by 2. 1, right? So it is giving me the 1. Then 2 modulo 2, it will give 0. 8 modulo 2, 0, right? So here you can see when we are dividing even number, it is giving me the remainder 0. So can we count these to find out the number of evens, right? So to check this, we have to compare them with the 0. So for this we have to write if. Okay, so far we know we need a loop to iterate and we need a if with the condition to check if our number is even or odd. If this condition is true, then we will execute this if block. Then if we are executing, then we have to increase or count these ones. So we will write answer plus plus, right? At every iteration, whenever there is a even number, the answer will increase, right? Okay, let's dry run it. Okay, so I'm going to use this. Okay, so we have I equals to 0, answer equals to 0. So we are here, right? So I equals to 0, we have answer 0. So we will check it is odd or even. So we will use 5 modulo 2 equals to 0. So it is false, right? So if block won't execute, then we will move to the I equals to 1. Answer is still 0. Then we will move here, we will check 4 modulo 2 equals to 0, true. Then if block will execute, so our answer will become 1. I equals to 2, 7 modulo 2 equals to 0, false. So our answer will still be 1. I equals to 3, 3 modulo 2 equals to 0, false. So our answer will still be 1. I equals to 4, 2 modulo 2 equals to 0, true. So our answer will become 2, right? Because 1 got added in the previous one. At I equals to 5, 8 modulo 2 equals to 0, true. So our answer will become 3. So I equals to 6, our loop will stop. So our final answer will be 3. Okay, so let's code this up. Let's remove our previous code. First we have to declare the size of array, or you can take vector. It is better to practice with the vector because in the future you are going to use the vector most of the time. So let's first declare the size of array int, and then we are taking input of n, then we are declaring a vector v with the size of n. Okay, now we have to take a input. So to take input we have to use loop. Okay, so the loop will run from 0 to n minus 1 and will take a input. Now we have to declare a variable answer because it will be storing the count of evens. Now we will use the loop again. Now we are iterating over the elements, then we have to use a condition to check if the element is even or not. So we will write v of I. We are accessing one element at a time, then we are doing modulo 2 equals to 0. If element modulo 2 is 0, then we can say it is a even, right? Because whenever we are dividing a even number with 2, it is giving me the 0 remainder. So we will say that this number is even. So if our number is even, plus plus, right, else we do nothing. So we don't have to write else condition also. Then after this we will see out the answer. Okay, now let's run this code. Okay, first we have to give the size of array. So I'm going to give 6. Then we have to input the values 5, 4, 7, 3, 2 and 8. Here you can see it is giving me the 3. So 4, 2 and 8 is our even numbers. Okay, let's move to the another problem. Find maximum and minimum. So we have array size of 5. Then this is our array. So we have to find maximum and minimum. So what is the max value in this array? 9. What is the minimum value in the array? It is 1. So we have to find the maximum value and the minimum value in the array. Okay, let's take another example. Now the minimum value will be 0 and the max value will be 5. Okay, now to find the maximum and minimum value, we have to check every element. So we have to iterate, right? So we have to use for loop, or you can use any loop. You can also use while, or you can use for. Now we have to check minimum value and maximum value. To check minimum and maximum value, we have to use if else, right, through which we can compare the values which is max and which is min. Okay, so first we have to declare two variables, max and min, which is going to store the minimum value and the maximum value. So for max we can initialize from 0 itself, but for min we cannot initialize from 0 because we already have a min value 0 in the array. So for this case this is correct, right? But if you take this case, here you don't have 0. So while we will be checking minimum value, if we compare all the values of the array and the value 0, the 0 will always be minimum. But for this array our 1 is minimum. So if we keep 0 here, our answer will always give 0. So for minimum we will write int max. Okay, int max basically stores the max value of integer. Okay, it is kind of variable which is storing maximum value of integer, which is around 2 to the power 31 minus 1. Okay, so if we compare this value with the values of the array, so in this case our minimum value can be 1. If you store 0 here, then our minimum value will always be 0. Okay, remember this concept because it is very important when you are trying to find maximum and minimum. For maximum also you can write int min. Okay, so let me erase this and we will write int min and int max. Int min and int max. Now let's write a condition to check our maximum and minimum value. So let's take I equals to 0. Our max is int of min and our min is int of max. Okay, we are at 7. So now we will compare 7 with our max and min. So for maximum our current value should be greater than to be maximum, and for minimum our 7 should be less than min, right? If this is greater, then we can say this is greater than max. This is smaller than min, then we can say it is minimum to the min. In this case we can see our int minimum is very small number, which is basically minus 2 to the power 31, which is smaller than 7. So we can take 7 as a max, right? So we will update max equals to 7 because 7 is still greater than int min. And for a minimum we can also update with the 7, right? Because 7 is also smaller than the int max. Okay, so we got our new max and new min. Now let's move to the next index I equals to 1. Now we will check, is 2 greater than 7 and 2 smaller than 7? So in this case 2 is not greater than, but 2 is smaller, right? So we will update our max and min. Max will be 7, right? Because 2 is not greater, but 2 is smaller than 7, so we will update it to 2. Now I equals to 9, so 9 greater than 7, 9 is smaller than 2, so this condition is true, this condition is false, so we will update our max and min. So our max will become 9 and our min still be 2. Then index number 3, we have 4 greater than 9, 4 less than 2. No, so our max still be 9 and min still be 2. Then we have index I equals to 4. Then our 1 greater than 9, no, 1 less than 2, true, so we will update our minimum value. So this is our mixed value, this is our minimum value. Okay, so for this we have to write a condition. If our current value, which is we are iterating on, greater than max, so we will update our max value with the current value. Similarly, we can write another condition for min value. Okay, here we only took a positive numbers, you can also take a negative numbers. Okay, so we need a array size, so also we need a vector, we will also take input. Then here we will declare two variables, max, which we initialize from int, min also, min shall initialize from int max. Loop will be same. Now we write a condition to check a maximum. If our current value is greater than the max value itself, then we will update our max with the current value. If our current value is smaller than min value, then we will update our min value with the current value. Okay, now let's print max min. Now let's run this code. Then let's take a size of vector 5, then values 7 2 9 4 1. Here you can see our max value is 9 and min value is 1, right? Let's try with the negative values also. 5 minus 2, 4, 7 minus 8 or 3. Okay, so in this case our minimum value should be minus 8 and maximum value should be 7. Okay, so maximum value is 7 and minimum value is minus 8. Okay, so now we are checking the minimum and maximum value using loops and if condition. Now there is shortcut in C++ because there is a inbuilt function in C++ which allows us to find minimum and maximum in the vector. So we first write star max element in the vector. So v dot begin, v dot end. Similarly min element. Okay, let's run this. Let's take input 5, then 7 2 9 4 1. Here you can see it is giving me the max 9 and min 1. So we can also use inbuilt function. Okay, but you cannot use inbuilt function every time. In some cases you have to use custom max and min logic. Okay, that's it for this video. In the next video we are going to solve one more problem. Thank you everyone, have a nice day.